Hi all, Mark from Addax, and this is a knowledge sharing installment as part of the value add Addax provides its clients and others. In this particular session, I'll discuss trees and UDFs, which is just an acronym for user-defined fields, and how each can expand your use of the Greentree system. Spanning pretty much the entire product, they're not fenced by any one sort of particular suite or module, which is actually great. The one important point I really want to get across is just how quick and easy they are to set up. Something any one of you can do with the appropriate security. So let's start. So what I'll do first is use an employee record, and that can be our example. Now, because trees and UDFs aren't centric to any particular suite or module, it means they exist where relevant underneath the custom tab of the form that you're looking at. So we'll bring up employee here, go to the custom tab. Now, trees are always on the left and UDFs are on the right. And for reference sake, UDF is an acronym for user defined field. The definition of each is a tree allows you to define a set values that a user would end up selecting from, and that can either be sort of in quite a flat or a nested structure. To give you an example, if we click on the person tree here, we can see the user can select from, say, location being the parent, and then nested branches underneath that location, hence why it's called a tree. User-defined fields, on the other hand, allow you to define particular field types to capture particular sorts of data. Just looking at what we've got available here in our demo currently is alphanumeric, numeric only, Boolean, which is essentially a true false or a yes or no type response, and date, and so on and so on. So each is used differently, and whilst there's sort of no right or wrong as to whether you use a tree or a UDF, there is definitely some things to think about, and I'll give you an example. So if I was going to record some additional data against a particular HR employee records, and I was going to use that data as a filter in my reporting, then I would probably lean more towards the tree side of things over UDFs. And that's because I can guarantee that when a user selects from a tree, they are set values, meaning my filters are quite set. Now, the equivalent would be, say, an alphanumeric field in the UDF, and if I was to try and filter by that, some user might go HR manager, where another user, when entering, might go HR manager, sort of all lowercase, or even sort of worse still, like just gobbledygook. And that is not relevant for filtering. So yeah, it's just things like that to sort of think about. So what I'll do now is just show you how easy it is to create a tree and a UDF. Now, most trees are entered via the system menu, so you go system, trees, tree maintenance, and this one I'm actually going to call region. And then I'm going to add some branches here. So we'll go north, we'll add another branch at the same level, and this will be metro. Now, I do want to record something additional, so if in the metro area I'm going to add some nested branches, and this could be CBD, and another one which would just be sort of, I'll just call it sort of like outer, if I could type, outer metro. Now, Greentree, because you can hold multiple entities within the one Greentree instance, allows you then to say this tree is available to one or more companies. So for demo's sake, I'll just make it available within the eComputers Australia company. And then you also have to define, well, what sort of records can use this tree. Well, because I'm dealing with HR employees, I go down to the HR person record and select that. That basically tells Greentree that this tree is only available in the HR employee form. Once you've done that, hit save and it's done. User-defined fields, on the other hand, are created and maintained underneath the relevant suite. So in this case, I go to HR System Utilities, and I go down to Employee User Field Maintenance. Now, because I'll leverage off what's already here, so we've got car rego. What I want to do as a company is also record whether or not an employee has a set of company car keys. So I'll just put car keys as my UDF. Now, I'm not worried about anything other than sort of a yes or no type response to this. So I'm going to select Boolean and hit done. What I can do now is refresh, and both the new tree and the UDF are now here, and I can select and whatever values I need to. That is how easy it is to create a tree and a UDF, and more importantly, how quickly it is that you can start using them, because that's now available on every HR employee maintenance form in the system. Just a couple of notes. If you were wanting to delete a tree or a UDF, just keep in mind database integrity. So for example, if I wanted to delete one of these that I've just created, not a big deal, because I know that Amanda is the only record that is referencing them. However, if I wanted to delete a tree or a UDF that's been in use over a year or more, then there's going to be a whole lot of other records that are referencing the values, and you just can't go ahead and en masse delete a field out of the system without a whole bunch of checks and balances. So just keep things like that in mind. Just to reiterate, trees accessed via the system trees tree maintenance menu. Note you would need security to get into something like that. And UDFs are generally found underneath the relevant suite and the system menu. One other thing that I'll quickly mention, but this would be more for another session, is when you create trees and UDFs, generally, as I've mentioned, they fall underneath the custom tab. But if it's integral into the way you do your processing or record keeping, why not grab them and then bring them out and plonk them on, say, the main tab or any other relevant tab for that matter. Now, Greentree allows you to do this via the Windows Designer module, and all that is allowing you to customize your forms to make them very centric to the way that your company operates or the way that you process records. So keep that in mind, and like I said, I'll probably cover that on another session. So yeah, hopefully you've learnt how easy it is to create a tree and UDF, and more importantly, start using it straight away. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next installment.